Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Rustified podcast. Today we have with us Mr. Reddikus. We wanted to have Reddikus on another episode, but sadly, the recording software decided to screw me over and it did not record the episode. That's 30 minutes of pure entertainment that we're never going to get back. But anyway, Reddikus, you want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Hey, how's everybody doing? Mac, thanks again for having me on the podcast, man. Excited to be here. Um, I'm Reddikus. I've played in Warfare 1, 2, and 3, Rust Armada Unanchored. Uh, I run the team, I was running the team Black Tide and Armada. I was the president of the United States in Global Warfare 3 for representing Can America. And it's looking like if things go through smooth, I'll probably be running the country of Canada for Global Warfare 4.
Well, that's awesome.
See if that goes through.
If it goes through. And that is actually what we're going to be discussing today. Today we are discussing one of the biggest hyped Rust events of the year, Global Warfare. As you know, it is hosted by Fancy Orb. Fancy Orb has been doing this event for the past 4 years, and all of them have gone successful with all the proceeds of VIP going to charity. For the hold on, I'm trying to remember what the charity was. Thing was the Care for a Bear um charity. Anyway, Redicus, you want to talk to us about global warfare and how it's gone for the past 4 years?
I'll tell you one thing, it is always an extremely fun event. It's also stressful.
Yeah.
um, so, the first year that I played alongside Dirt Rider. So I was a part of Trapistan.
Yeah.
And then the second year, I actually was on the Coconut Bees team. The third year, obviously, uh, I was the leader of Can America.
Hmm.
So, but they're extremely fast paced. If you want to be competitive, you got lack of sleep. But it's all about drive, right? Like if you want to make an impact, you got to work and earn it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But as you know, Global Warfare 3 wasn't dropped, which I know we are all disappointed about that. Can you tell us if you know this? I've heard rumors about Global Warfare 3 and why it hasn't dropped. Can you tell us the aspect that most of us see about why it didn't drop?
Well, I mean, Fancy said he just got overwhelmed, right?
Yeah,
And which I get, like editing videos is not hard.
it
Or it
is. I
is
mean,
hard,
yeah,
excuse
it
me.
is really
Yeah.
hard. I
And
mean, it takes me at
but
least an
he
hour to edit my videos, but my videos are
yeah,
pretty
imagine
small.
editing like a 3 hour movie.
Not to mention all the footage you get and all the footage you have to watch.
Yeah, he said I think it goes through like I think it takes like 2 months
Yeah,
or something to make that.
and it's a lot for sure. And I
It's a shame that the events of that Global Warfare 3 will never reach the surface because a lot of cool shit happened, you know? But at the end of the day, everybody understands. So,
yeah,
you know, that's why we're all working for a better future in Global Warfare 4, right?
yeah, yeah, of course. But I so when I was initially planning this episode because I haven't been doing content because I gashed my knee open and I've been dealing with
Oh,
that for the
that's
past few days. Yeah, I was taking out the trash and oopsies, glass got my gashed my knee open, so I have 5 stitches on my knee. Yay! But
oh no.
yeah, um, planning the GW4 episode, I of course my immediate first thought was like, man, I wonder if I can get Fancy on this. So I was in Fancy Orb Cinematics Discord, and I just put out, "Hey Fancy, do you want to be in my podcast episode?" And we got beat George, and we love beat George. George is an awesome dude,
B
and
George is good people, man. I
yeah,
got a ton of respect for that guy.
and he said, "Yeah, Fancy can't, he can't, doesn't really have the time." And I'm like, I get it because one of his biggest events is about to drop in less than a month, and he said that he has done podcast episodes with people like Yexum. I think Yexum, yeah. And I don't. If you guys don't know Yexum, Yexum is another Rust content creator. I think wasn't he in Fault Line? I think he was in Fault Line. I think so. I think maybe. I don't know. Let me check.
I
But
don't remember.
yeah. Oh no, I'm
I know
gonna.
he was one of my. I think he was one of my allies in Global Warfare 3.
I'm looking for a map. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry for the delay about the map. We're just we're looking for the map. And even if it wasn't in full line, Yexum is another famous Rust content creator. He's doing pretty well. But yeah, so B George said, yeah, Fancy can't really do that, and I said, okay, that's cool, that's cool. So then I immediately went, who was in the past three global warfares, and someone who I never really liked. I'm like, what about reddikus? Because not only was he in the past three global warfares, he's also been on many Rust roleplay events, and we had an episode that never got released. Unfortunately, there's again that content will never get released to the surface, and it's kind of sad. But so reddikus is here. We're here to talk about Global Warfare 4 and any stupid shit we want to talk about. Yeah, that was fast. Anyway, so Global Warfare 4, I've heard, is one of the biggest hype, but it also has some downsides. For example, I know that there will be no personal boat building, which I like. So I didn't get accepted, but I know that Cargo Rat, who was one of the head of Navy for the group that you guys, I think, are a part of, right?
Yeah, Cargo Rat's one of our main builders and one of our officers in my team.
Yeah, Cargo was definitely upset with the no personal boat building, and I kind of was too, because I wanted to see like some big Navy type battleship. But I mean, like
But we've crossed
those,
that bridge before, right? Like you think about Rust Armada, all
yeah,
those boats.
all the
Now you
boats were
imagine,
laggy. They were
yeah.
laggy from what I heard. But yeah,
Now imagine that in Global Warfare 4.
not to
Like that would be
yeah.
ruthless, man, on the server performance.
Oh, Fancy's poor computer. His computer would be deep fried. Oh, poor Fancy's computer. But yeah, I get it. But also there's only one major base which I've seen in GW1 and GW2 that there were multiple RP towns and bases, not just
Yep.
in Canada and America. But from what I've been hearing, there will only be one of those. Can we get enlightened on that?
So yeah, if you haven't paid attention to the rules because I'm not. I have full faith in my building team and my RP leader Momo.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out to
but
Memo, by
yeah,
the way.
I do believe that they're stuck to one structure. I want to say it's a 6x6,
Which isn't bad.
so
Which
it's
isn't
not
bad.
bad. But the caveat to that is, um, there's no height limit,
Oh dear God.
so you could build it as high as you want. You just can't exceed the 6x6 or whatever
I want to see great.
foundation
I want to
it
see a
is.
leaning tower of Pisa in Italy for GW4.
Pretty
Leaning
sure they
tower.
made one in Global Warfare 3, and it was like
More content we're never gonna get to see. Yeah, there's footage of GW3 from streamers like Coconut B, and I watched some of the footage, but it is kind of like again, it is sad that GW3 is never getting released, and I hope that now Fancy has an editor, so it's gonna be easier to drop these videos, and I hope that we see GW4, and guys, I think we're gonna see reddikus. Hopefully, reddikus is a movie star. Like maybe,
no.
maybe
I'm
not.
gonna I'm gonna do my best, because originally so far I've been denied for the event,
Yeah,
but now that
I don't think I'm going in.
there's talks of us allegedly getting the okay to run Canada, which would mean they would have to whitelist me. So I don't.
Oh,
It's been a weird few weeks.
yeah, and Fancy's team is under a lot of pressure. I don't know why I backed away from my mic, so it's probably going to sound weird. But Fancy's team is under a lot of pressure for GW because you're not only going to handle. Because I know there's at least 500 whitelisted people, not to mention the people, not to mention all the, not to mention the. I just repeated myself 3 fucking times. What am I doing? But 3 times. Oh my god, I'm autistic. Oh, I gotta lock in. 500 people have been accepted, but not to mention the VIPs and their teams. And we have what? Another 2 weeks till Global Warfare 4, and we still have a bunch of
You want to know
promotions.
something funny?
What?
500 people have been accepted. Almost 50 of those are my team already whitelisted.
Wow. I mean, like, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
me and Revan's team have and Balding Bus is going to be playing with us. So it's yeah, we have people and they're all whitelisted, but a bunch of our leadership is not. And it's like
And that's kind of concerning, because if your leadership isn't accepted, you're gonna have to pick from the whitelisted, and that's gonna take a long process. If I'm not mistaken, I might be. I don't know.
but you know what? Even if for some reason I don't find a way into the event, the officers that did get accepted for me, Revan and Balding Bus's team, I have full confidence in them leaving a mark in this event. We
Yeah.
went through and carefully chosen who we put in officer positions for our group, and we have a lot of very competent people in there. So even if
And
I'm
that's
not in
great to
there,
have. That's
I'll
great. That's
be
amazing to have.
I'll be right there with them in Discord. I'll try my best to politic for them through Discord.
Yeah.
But I got a ton of faith in them
Yeah.
making plays.
Another thing that I there's something I'm concerned with the aspect that I've seen with GW4, but also the past global warfares is that the YouTube video that Fancy releases focuses a lot on major content creators, and this is a controversial subject between people. It's because people who join global warfare 90 I'm going to go above 90. 95% are regular Rust players and 5% are content creators. And if we look at the past global warfares, we see a lot of content creators are put on the spotlight because of their bigger fan base, and they gain more traction, which honestly, Fancy, it's kind of a smart decision when you think about it, because when you put that into YouTube's algorithm, you get the pool of not only his fans, but fans of, let's say, Coconut Bee or the Burnt Peanut or Yexum or Brawlo or any of those people. Is Brawlo doing GW4? I don't know if he is or not. But
I don't know. I know he's not doing the news. I know he's not
yeah,
going to be running the news.
the news
That's
team
all I
was
know.
my favorite team in GW1 and GW2 because I think it was the GW1, the news team was positive, and then the GW2 news team was corrupt, and I loved both teams just because it was amazing to watch. But
No, they were. Brawlo did an amazing job in Global Warfare 3.
yeah, and I'm just gonna say that when you put out major content creators for the algorithm to hear, it definitely boosts the video and the channel's hype. But I find it controversial and I find it upsetting because a lot of people who join GW4, like I said, are regular Rust role players who want to be part of the story. And I feel like you have the best thing you can do is be a notable side character, and that's it. And a lot of and some I'm just gonna say some people who have made it into the storyline are not content creators. Don't get me wrong; some have made a huge impact, but that was with the help of a bunch of people. If I think it was GW1, there was Italy, correct? The Roman Empire,
Yes,
and I can't remember who led the Roman Empire during GW1.
I I don't remember.
I might have to look that up.
I don't remember who the leader was. I just remember I was part of Trapistan, and we were bombing the Coliseum all the time.
Trapistan is just committing a bunch of acts of violence on the Coliseum. But yeah, um, it's just that the only thing that upsets me is that we definitely see some new names in GW4. As you know, I think the most notable is the Burnt Peanut, which because I know it's him and Coconut Bee who are leading America. Correct, I think
Yep.
so. Yeah. And that's what
Yes.
kind of upsets me is because he don't get me wrong, the Burnt Peanut is a great streamer. I watch him in the streams. He's really funny and he's really noticeable. It's just that I kind of when Fancy Orb kind of asks these players to, come out, I feel like it's kind of for his personal growth. And I know a lot of the proceeds are going to charity. People have said, "Oh no, Fancy keeps it for himself" and all that stuff. And I'm like, people can say that, but at the end of the day, we don't really know, you know? And people can say what they want. I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I can go on all day about what I think of the GW proceeds, but we're not going to really talk about that because I have a lot of theories, but I'm not going to indulge that on you. But with a Burnt Peanut and a lot of these content creators focusing only on pure content and not roleplay just makes me really pissed because he's like, it's all about roleplay and it's all about this. And I'm like, yes, there is a lot of roleplay, but all the roleplay done by content creators is all that the video focuses on and all that GW is focused on. And we see some non content creator roleplay, and honestly, that's the best because think about it. I think it was GW2, there was Canada's town, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yep.
I remember watching Canada's Town, and a lot of them made it into the video, and they weren't content creators. I think the leader of Canada was a content creator, but that was it. And a lot of them got into the video, and it was really, it was really funny. It was there's Canada, then there's Southern Canada, then there's very Southern Canada, and it was really funny. I liked it, but
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
like,
that.
I'm like, there's Canada, there's Southern Canada, there's Canada with tacos, and then there's very South Canada. And the that made me laugh because that was pure role play and that was pure content and that helped with the storyline because I think that's what made America wage war on Canada, if I'm not mistaken, was the the quote unquote geology of the Canadians. But
Geography,
the
not
G
geology.
oh my god, my autism.
Got you, bro. I got you.
Dang it, no, I got caught. I let it slip. I let it slip. Dang it.
Busted.
I
Busted.
got busted on I got busted on YouTube. No. God dang it. No.
You better not cut that out the video.
I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm gonna leave it. But I mean you get it. The geography of Canada. The national geographic geographic National Geographic of Canada decided, you know what? Canada, South Canada, Canada with tacos, and very South Canada. And like I said, a lot of it was driven. The Canadian town was driven by players, and I know that some parts of Global Warfare can be scripted, as far as I know. Like certain parts were partially scripted, but when you see pure Rust roleplay and pure Rust story, it's amazing to watch.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like if you just let the player base cook and everything come naturally, I think that's good. In my opinion, is the best form of content because then it can never feel scripted, right?
Yeah, and you don't want it to feel scripted. It's like because when you look at roleplay, like Rust roleplay, because look at Fault Line and look at Unanchored, none of it was scripted. Like none of it. Like zero zilch was scripted as far as I know. And look how that turned out. Like it turned out amazing because I was in
The
Fault Line.
first Armada, I think, did it the best.
Was that Unanchored or the last AK?
No, no, unanchored was there's Rust role players Armada, and then there's Rust Role Players Unanchored. So Armada was before Unanchored, and
Was that the medieval
after
one?
AK. Yep, yeah, it was the medieval one.
Nah, because Unanchored was with the Black Tide clip, and I'm gonna include the Black Tide clip as a short. The Black Tide bitch clip, and it's a great clip. It's one of the most amazing clips in Rust history. You gotta watch it.
So we were black tied in Armada also, and we kind of we were very successful in Armada. Well,
Weren't you
and
guys the
Unanchored.
bank? Weren't you guys a bank of some sort?
In Unanchored, yes, we were Ironhold Bank. So, um, being trying to somewhat to stick with our lore from the previous event, we were reformed pirates that decided to go legit, and we had a ton of riches, so we decided to open up our own bank. So we did that, and it
Man,
was
you
super
got people
successful.
crushing under debt instead of rates. You got people crushing under loan debt. Like he's like no, we're
May
not.
or may not, allegedly,
He's like no, we're not gonna raid you. We're just gonna, you took out a loan. Can you pay back the loan? Well, no, we can't pay back the loan yet. Oh, we're gonna have to repossess some of your items, okay? And you just go in there and you take everything. Oh, the college fund for the children, we'll take that. Oh, the food for the homeless, no, we'll take that too. And they just like because the debt collection just takes everything,
Yeah,
all of
but
it.
we kept getting pushed and pushed, and day two they tried to do a massive raid on us, but we defended, and then but they pushed us to the point to where they said they were going to raid again the next day, and I was like, all right, cool. So preemptively, we went and we moved out all of our freaking loot out of the bank, and I don't know if you remember how massive the bank was.
No, I wasn't in Unanchored or
Oh,
Armada. Sadly, no.
it was like the next four groups bases put together. It was huge, but we moved everything and rebuilt by our allies,
Yeah.
and in anticipation for the next raid. And then we defended that raid. It took like 4 hours, and then but when they got in, there's the place is empty. I was oh, because we saw this coming a mile away, buddy.
Yeah,
I
I
said
can't.
we've already we relocated yesterday.
It's like
They're like,
because
what the
it's
hell?
like
And then we
yeah.
used that opportunity. So if you guys want to keep pushing the envelope with us, then fine, we'll be the bad guys. And then we unveiled. Um, we let the flag of Black Tide fly again. Decided that the bank life wasn't for us, and we
Yeah.
returned to being pirates.
He's
And
like
then we went on the full offensive from there.
yeah, he's like Ironhold Bank is like, you know what? You've pissed us off for the last time, and it's just full mask off. And it's like, you wanna fight with fire? We can fight with fire too. It don't matter if we all get burned. You're still gonna get burned. And I don't remember what happened in Unanchored or Armada because I wasn't there, and I've heard only bits and pieces. But I heard that Unanchored and both Armada were really successful. And as you know, Faultline was a few weeks ago. I played Faultline. I think we both played Faultline. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And I know that our group held the meeting. I couldn't be there because, like, my internet. I love my internet. My internet kept crashing out on me. I might have to get new internet. Anyway, but yeah, and they're a really great community, and they've been growing for the past 3 years, I think. Right, 3 years. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description for our first episode that was with Napalm, and we talked a lot about Rust role player.
Hey,
Like,
Napalm. I love Napalm, man.
yeah, he's
Napalm,
an
Jack
amazing person.
Shepard, David, Adar, like all those guys are stand up dudes. I
Yeah,
got a ton of respect
shout
for
out
them.
to David for the fault line map. That the map was amazing
The map was freaking nuts, man.
because it was like you couldn't. Oh, I
I'm
can't
gonna make a
imagine.
statement right now. I've played on a whole lot of maps, and in my opinion, David is by far unrivaled and the best map maker in the world when it comes to Rust.
All
That
right.
is my opinion.
All right, David, you're subscribed, so you will see this. But because David, you did an amazing job for Fault Line, and we want to congratulate you on that. But like I was told, we got so off track. We went from GW4 to glazing David, and David deserves all the glaves, by the
He
way.
said glazing. Yeah, we glazed him pretty hard right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
he earned it, man.
he,
He
he
earned
he
it. He
he
put in a
does
lot of
earn it
work.
though, because it took him months for GW. Not G. What? No, he does not know, because GW is a very generic map. Into Fault Line, and Fault Line, because I know, because I would watch him do streams for like hours of just working on the Fault Line map and him perfecting it. And I just got into Rust Edit, and it is, I mean, it can be complicated, but it can be kind of easy if you learn the ropes of it. But it takes a lot of time for perfection like that. So shout out David again. We love you, buddy. Thank you for all the hard work you did for Fault Line. But yeah, GW4. I might yeah. GW4 is kind of controversial, but also GW is a really great Rust series. GW1 and 2 were great. GW3, we only got the bits and pieces, but we need someone to like. I might collect footage, and I might make the unofficial GW3 video, like the quote unquote unofficial. And it might not be as good as Fancy's, but it's just going to be a compile of footage and a timeline of the event. But no promises, no promises. Do not hold me to the standard of that. But yeah, I think we're gonna end right here. Reddikus, thank you for the amazing episode that we've had. Sorry again for the Fourth of July episode. If I can somehow uncover that recording, I will post it, but it won't be as nice. Like it won't be as good edited per
That's all
se.
right. I'm not worried about it. Just stick with this one. You're good.
Yeah, because I feel like this one was better than the last one. Because I feel like the last one was kind of like it wasn't as good as this one. Because this one I feel like had more content. But I'll try and get that one. But anyway, thank you, Redicus, for allowing me to interview you on this. Thank you all for staying with us for Rust, the Rustified podcast episode 2. I'll put in the description it'll be on my channel. The episode 1 that covers a lot of the Rust role player info. But yeah, thank you, Redicus, again. Well, everyone, that is it. Thank you. Have a good day.